New York, and on the new Hot 97 app. Ebro in the morning on Hot 97.
Shout out to David Levy for giving us updates on Barbuda, Dominica, Antigua, Turks and Caicos, St. Martin, and many of the islands affected. And remember, text AFUWI to 41444, and that's the University of the West Indies along with Sedema Hurricane Relief, and the website is AFUWIHurricaneRelief.org. We can't forget those islands. They don't have the big country support. Many of them, they don't have the money, and aren't as big, so they may not be getting the attention. We want to make sure they're taken care of. Now we go over to Puerto Rico. Our guy, what's up, Ruben?
Good morning, Ebro.
How are you today, sir?
I'm fine. Good morning to you and Laura and Rosenberg. Thank you for having me on again.
Bronx Borough President Ruben Diaz Jr. Ruben, you've been down to Puerto Rico. We collected about 200,000 pounds of supplies in the Bronx a few weeks ago. I just wanted to get you on today because as information continues to come out about what's not happening in Puerto Rico, about all of the drama, the tweets from Donald Trump, the disrespect, talking about debt and not talking about actually helping people. We're seeing videos from volunteers on the ground who are also saying on the west side of the island in Aguadilla, they still need help over there and are only able to get snack packs and a couple of bottles of water to families. I would love to hear from you once you got on the ground what you saw and how the distribution of the items that have been raised by New Yorkers is going.
Well, once again, I just want to thank you guys. Hot 97 helped us out. And actually, Ebro, it was over 300,000 pounds in the South Bronx.
Yeah.
We did nearly 3 million citywide on that epic September 30th date. And the number one question that we received from everyone was, is it really getting there? So thanks to Tidal, Jay-Z, Fat Joe Romeo and I, we went over there last weekend. They were able to rent, and we packed a 747 Boeing. And it felt great, and we felt proud, and there was a sense of accomplishment until we touched down. The plane, when we got there, the plane was still on the runway. There was like no sense of urgency. And then I met up with my cousins who came up to San Juan from Puerto to meet with us. And the look on their faces and the look of despair, the look of anguish, they told me that there's no drinking water. Then we visited Joe's family, and there was no drinking water. Think about that concept. No bottled water. It became clear to us that the least of our worries was the actual touching down of Hurricane Maria. And then after speaking to folks and seeing long lines for the ATM, seeing long lines for the supermarket when there was very few things on the shelf, it was heartbreaking. And without a doubt, you can see that this is a health crisis, this is an environmental crisis, it's a humanitarian crisis, all on top of the economic crisis that Puerto Rico is suffering from. And then we get this guy, the president, who's already given us a light response where we need more troops on the ground. He's trivialized the destruction. He's shown the lack of class, a lack of human decency, a lack of respect by throwing paper towels at the folks over there.
Man,
and
bro.
then yesterday, President Twitter Fingers gets on and saying he's threatening to pull out FEMA. This is outrageous.
So the mayor of San Juan, I forget her name. She's
Carmen.
Carmen Yulín Cruz.
Yeah, Carmen Yulín Cruz. She's not exaggerating.
She's not exaggerating. And look, they need more troops on the ground. They have a little over 15,000 troops on the ground. We need maybe triple that amount so that when the material gets there, we need for the troops to stay with the material and to make sure that they're able to reach areas that, in San Juan, Santurce, Guaynabo, the capital region, the infrastructure is strong and you still see a lot of destruction. So we didn't get a chance to go all the way to Aguadilla, but my family and folks that we spoke to, and the images that we see and the people that we speak to, they still have not felt the presence of the military. And so here, this man is saying, the president again, that he wants to pull out FEMA, that it can't stay there forever. When they need more doctors, There's disease on the island. People are dying from lepto. People are dying because they're not getting the right dialysis. People are really dying, Ebro, with no insulin. They don't have insulin. They don't have medication. They're dying from bacteria in the hospital because there's humidity and there's no air conditioning in the hospital. And so we need the CDC, the Center for Disease Control there. We need more doctors. What he's suggesting is mind-boggling. It's amazing. It should be a total outrage to everyone that a sitting president of the United States would abandon U.S. citizens during the greatest time of peace. This is downright criminal. And as more Puerto Ricans die, the blood of these American citizens are in the hands of this president.
Wow, Ruben Diaz Jr. up there in the Bronx. I don't really have any words, man, other than I feel like there's nothing I can do except talk about it, which honestly, I'll be honest, is the most frustrating thing. You know, I've been invited to Puerto Rico. I've been invited to Barbuda and Dominica. I've been invited to Antigua, and my response is always, when I get there, walking around looking, I don't like that feeling. I don't like the feeling of just talking or filming tragedy and not actually being able to get to build something, do something, give someone something. Like, I don't like that. I don't want
people to be discouraged, Ebro. And we got to continue to speak out for Puerto Ricans who are voiceless. We need to keep putting pressure on every single congressional member. Every time they speak of the American people this, the American people that. Well, these are American people. And so what I need what we all need is for everyone who believes and fights that there's injustice out there. If you're taking a knee during an NFL game, that's because you're fighting against injustice. Well, this is the time now to step up for American lives. If you believe in the American flag, whether you're Puerto Rican or not, this is the time Americans need you. Just yesterday, they passed a relief budget of $36 billion. And could you believe that $5 billion of it is an actual loan to Puerto Rico on top of their $70-some-odd billion debt?
Wow, so they're just stacking more debt on.
Wow.
They're just stacking more debt on.
I just don't get how we're so separated, as if there's some country we're not related to that we just need to like keep, putting in a hole and making like earn
There's
it.
a reoccurring theme here, guys, which whether we were talking about the NFL the other day or now we're talking about Puerto Rico or any of these Caribbean islands or even a country like Mexico, right? America likes to make sure people are put in a position where they feel powerless. And that is a reoccurring theme. And I know, people don't want to politicize death and these natural disasters, but while we're looking for why this is occurring, that's where the truth is. And while we'll continue to do work in Puerto Rico and the rest of these islands and continue to talk about it here and anywhere else that we can find a way to do so, I think we have to be honest about our relationship with this current administration and the American government.
People are dying, and what I want everyone to think of today, when you are at work or in school or just hanging around your house, when you take a sip of water, think about the fact that there are millions over there that can't simply do something like that. There is no drinking water, or somebody has the water. When you think of the fact that you can take a shower, that you can brush your teeth, that you can iron your clothes, there are folks over there, senior citizens. When you look at your grandparents, if you speak to your mother or your grandparents today, there are people who still haven't been able to do that for weeks. And so this is the time now that we cannot get discouraged. It is frustrating, but we need everyone to speak out. We need everyone, if you go over there, take video of what you see and put it on Instagram, put it on Facebook, so that the whole world can see. And this is the time now, if no matter where you're from, to speak to your congressional members. And again, we need more than just the Puerto Rican community. We've already had the support of so many from so many different communities. We need to come together and really show the injustices going on over there and the fact that now more and more lives are being lost on the island of Puerto Rico.
Ruben, what can you articulate You know, obviously, when you combine all of the Caribbean islands, you still don't have a lot of political weight, international weight, or financial weight relative to what you deal with when you see a country like America or even a country like Mexico or Canada. What's prohibiting a unity between all of the Caribbean islands?
Well, for the most part, is also the fact that inherently, by being an island, it's tough to get to.
Right.
And because they don't have the economic ability to fly to and from or build bridges, so they're isolated. And when you look at an island like Puerto Rico, which is bigger than most of the other islands in the West Indies, this is an island that was taken over in 1898. They were made American citizens. The citizenship was given to the Puerto Ricans in 1917. They became a Commonwealth in 1952, and yet they cannot vote for their commander-in-chief. They don't have any parts of the electoral process to vote for President of the United States. We have 435 members of the House of Representatives, and only 5 of them are Puerto Rican descent. We have never had a U.S. senator from the island of Puerto Rico. So we are so limited. All they have is a resident to representative, meaning someone who can go to Congress and they can speak out, Ebro, but they cannot vote. They don't have a vote. Many members of Congress don't even know what Puerto Rico is. They don't know what Dominica is. They don't know where the Virgin Islands are. They still questioning believe it or not, they still questioning the currency of Puerto Rico as if it's a foreign currency.
Wow.
Members of Congress are questioning those Puerto Ricans like Miguel Velasquez and Jose Serrano. They're saying, oh, well, what's the currency over there when they're speaking of debt? You have many vultures who are from Wall Street who bought up the bonds on pennies to the dollar, but they still want to make sure that they get $1 on the dollar in return of that debt. Is totally bleeding the island of Puerto Rico financially, where they cannot pay for services that are essential, like education, like transportation, like policing and the roads. And yet now they get hit with this storm, and we have this president who wants to take to Twitter, who wants to continue the threat, who wants to trivialize the destruction. It's a dereliction of his responsibilities, and the only person who keeps holding him responsible, we can, are us. Not the people of the island of Puerto Rico, even though they're the ones who are suffering.
Ruben Diaz Jr., the Bronx Borough President. Sir, thank you for the update, and we continue to work, man. We just got to keep working.
You guys have been phenomenal. I appreciate all of the attention that you've given this. Thank you for all of your efforts. Hot 97, Ebro, Rosenberg, Laura, Styles, you guys have been great. On behalf of Puerto Ricans, thank you, and God bless.
God bless.
Later,
man.
Ruben. Thank you.
Talk to you soon.